Hello everyone, in this video we are going to see how MRP uses lot sizing procedure in SAP. We are also going to see different lot sizing procedures along with the business scenario. In general, MRP uses lot sizing procedure to calculate the order quantity. So here order might be the planned order or purchase requisition generated by the planning run. When you run MRP, as a first step, system calculate the shortage quantity by means of net requirement calculation. That means it compared the demand with supply situation and calculated the shortage quantity. Then system calculated the order quantity by means of lot sizing procedure. So once order quantity is calculated, system will create the procurement proposal, either PR or a plan order, depends upon the procurement type. In this video, we are going to see detail about the lot sizing procedures. Generally, lot sizing procedures categorized into three groups: static, period, and optimum lot sizing procedures. Static lot sizing procedure uses quantity as a key criteria, and period uses time, whereas optimum lot size procedure uses cost as a key criteria. So coming to static lot sizing procedure, we have three different type of static lot sizing procedure in SAP. They are fixed, lot for lot order, then replenishment up to the maximum stock level. Fixed order lot size procedure uses the fixed order quantity in MRP one view, and system observed that shortages exist. It uses fixed quantity to generate the order quantity. It might be the multiple of fixed quantity maintained in the metal master, depends upon the shortage quantity. In lot per lot order quantity, system uses shortage quantity as a order quantity. As a last replenishment up to the maximum stock level. Generally, it will be used along with the reorder point planning. We can also use the any other MRP type. So in this video, for static lot sizing procedure, we are going to see in detail about the replenishment up to the maximum stock level. So as I mentioned, replenishment up to the maximum stock level can be used along with MRP type PD or reorder point planning. So reorder point planning might be the manual or automatic. Even we can also use reorder point planning with external requirement. Take the scenario 1 where we are using the replenishment up to the maximum stock level along with the MRP type PD. Here system calculated the order quantity by means of subtracting the maximum stock level with total supply, that means stock and receipts. For scenario 2, where we are using the reorder point planning, the formula will be still same. The difference between scenario 1 and 2 is, in scenario 2, whenever the stock falls below the reorder point planning, system generated the order quantity by performing these calculations. Whereas in scenario 1, whenever stock falls even one pieces less than the maximum stock level, system will try to create the order quantity, try to fulfill the order by creating the PR and plan order. In scenario 3, where we uses reorder point planning with external requirements, so it means system uses the maximum stock level, and also additionally it will consider the sales order, dependent requirements, reservation, and so on. So using this formula, system will calculate the order quantity. So the next one is period lot sizing procedure, where we have daily, weekly, and monthly lot size. Apart from this one, we can also define our own flexible period lot size based on our need, business need. As a special category, we can also define the period lot size along with the planning calendar. So here planning calendar will be defined based on the vendor supply. In all period lot sizing procedure, system will group the requirement within the period and try to calculate the order quantity on the beginning of the period. Let's say we are using the monthly lot size. System will group all the requirement on that particular month and try to calculate the order quantity at the beginning of the month. Consider this example where we are in the beginning of the March month. We have warehouse stock of 50 numbers. On 14th March, we have 100 pieces of sales demand. On 17th, we have 200 numbers. On 4th, we have 100 numbers. So the MRP type, what we are going to use is PD and procurement type is F. The total lead time is 20 plus 1. That means planned delivery time is 20 days and GR passing time is 1 day, total 21 days. So lot size we are going to use it monthly. So for this business case, so when you run MRP run, system will, let's say we are in first of March, beginning of the March, system try to fulfill the requirement on the 14th and 17th of March order quantity. Since our lead time is 21 days, so we cannot fulfill both the requirements on 1st of March. So system what it will do, it will try to create the planned order on the beginning of the 1st of April. So and also we have one more requirement on 4th of April. So for this also system will try to create the order on the 1st of April. So that's why we are having on 1st of April, system is confirming that receipts are available on the 1st of April. So even the demand is on March month, system confirming the available date on the 1st of April. Let's take the second scenario. So where we are using the period lot size according to the planning calendar. So our planning calendar, we are defining that from the period 1st of March to 14th of March. So what are the requirements available? Vendor will supply the material on 1st of March. So on 15th of March to 31st of March, vendor will fulfill the requirement on the 15th of the March. Let's take this scenario. So we are in 1st of March, we have stock 50 pieces and we have a requirement on 3rd, 8th, 15th and 17th of the March. So when you run planning run, our lead time is 5 days. So system what will do? System try to cover all the requirement on the 1st of March. Here system consider the delivery date instead of the available date. In earlier case, system confirming the available date, whereas here system confirming the delivery date for this lot sizing procedure. So since that my third requirement is on 15th of March, third requirement is on 15th of March, it comes under the second planning cycle of the vendor. So if the vendor delivered the material on 15th of March, we cannot fulfill the demand because we need furthermore 2 days required so that this demand can be only fulfilled on 17th. So system what it will do? System pull this requirement on the previous planning cycle, it means 1st of March to 14th of March, and create the planned order, 3 planned orders. Okay. So first for 100 numbers on 17th of March, the requirements can be fulfilled on the second planning cycle itself. So it means that whenever the demand is fulfilled in the first planning cycle, then, and since this 15th of March demand cannot be fulfilled on the second cycle, which will delay the further 2 days, system create the planned order in the first planning cycle itself. The third lot sizing procedure is optimum lot sizing procedure, which uses cost as a key criteria to calculate the order quantity. So here also we have multiple lot sizing procedures available. Let's see one by one with the business example. First, we will look into the period balancing lot sizing procedure, which is nothing but SP. This lot sizing procedure uses lot size independent cost and storage cost indicator from the MRP one view, and it also uses the material price from the accounting view. System calculated the storage cost by means of this formula, which is nothing but requirement multiple with the price of the product and storage cost percentage and number of days in the storage for the year. Let's take the material in shortage have price of $20 and lot size independent cost in Metal Master is maintained under. The storage cost percentage is 10%. So coming here, we have requirement on 6th of July, 13th of July, and so on. So for this, let's take the 13th of July requirement, 1000 numbers. System multiple this requirement quantity with price of the material, multiple with percentage of the storage into difference between the number of days for the first requirement and the requirement which we are looking. That means 7 days. So divided by 165. So by this way, system calculate the storage cost as $38.36. The same way, system calculated the storage cost on 20th of July as 76. The total storage cost till now the 20th of July is 76.71 plus 38.36. That means $115.07, which is more than the lot size independent cost what we are maintaining in Metal Master. It means that the business don't want to maintain the don't want to store the material for which storage cost exceed the $100. So system confirming the requirement up to the 13th of July and calculated the order quantity as 2000 pieces. It means on 6th of July and 13th of July, order quantity are summed up and calculated as the order order quantity. In dynamic lot size procedure, which is DOI, system uses the same parameter as the previous lot sizing procedure or period lot sizing procedure, whereas instead of total storage cost, system only uses the storage cost. So wherever if system finds that the storage cost exceeds the lot size independent cost, system will stop considering the requirement quantity. So here until 20th of July, requirements are considered which are less than the $100. So on 27th of July, it going above the $100. So system confirming the order quantity as 3000 here. In this cost procedure, system uses the same formula. Additionally, it calculates the unit cost. So unit cost is nothing but it is total cost divided by the cumulative lot size. That means system calculated the 0.069, $138.36 divided by 2000. So out of this unit cost, which one is the least one, system will confirm up to that requirement. So in this case, 13th of July least unit cost is 0.069. So system confirm the lot sizing quantity, that is order quantity as 2000 here. Let's see the giraffe reorder procedure from the optimum lot size procedure, where system uses the same parameter from the Metal Master. In this lot sizing procedure, system calculated the additional storage cost and savings. So additional storage as per this formula. So wherever system identifies that the additional storage cost exceed the savings, system will stop there. So in this case, system stops At 6th of July requirement itself and calculated the order quantity as 1000 pieces, where on 13th of July that saving cost, additional storage cost is exceeding the saving cost. Hope this video will be helpful for you. If you have any query, please let me know. We have further session on this system in my next video. Thanks everyone for watching this video.